Welcome to the Big O Show.
Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, I walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best. Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to the Big O Show podcast. I'm your host, as always, Ryan Anka. Thank you for checking out the podcast, and if you're new to the podcast, please be sure to rate, subscribe, and share it with a friend. You can check out the Big O Show every Monday morning for a quick little kickstart and motivational message to get your day and life started off on the right note, and then tune back in on Wednesday for a midweek sports update. That's the show in a nutshell. I also have a Facebook page, the Big O Show podcast, that I've been trying to post more stuff on, so if you haven't already done so, please like that as well, or check out some of the stuff, just some conversation we can have outside of the podcast in itself. Just some conversation we can have, nothing negative. I don't post negative stuff. I like to be an ultra positive, almost too positive of a person. So I just want to continue that message, and like I always say, be the change that I want to see in the world. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into today's message.
Let me know, yeah.
So for today's message, I wanted to just talk to you guys a little bit real quick about 8 uncomfortable lessons that we all need to learn. Now, this could be lessons in life. This could be where you were, where you're going to be. Just in general, these are all lessons I think that everybody needs to learn. And the first one is, your self-love must be stronger than your desire to be loved. If you're not happy now, there's no amount of followers, positive social media comments, or Instagram likes that will change that. External validation isn't happiness. I'll say that again. External validation is not happiness. It's a hamster wheel. Validation is an inside job. The most convincing sign that someone is truly living their best life is their lack of desire to show the world that they're living their best life. So don't feel the need to put everything out on social media to have this persona, to have this, fake life atmosphere that everyone thinks everything in your life is going great, because we all know that's not the case. Your best life won't seek external validation, but insecurity will continuously do that. On to the second uncomfortable lesson. You're always responsible for your emotional reactions. If you get angry and say, X made me angry, you will get angry often. If you get angry and say, I made myself angry because of X thing, you will get angry less often. All of your emotional responses are your fault and responsibility. Your thoughts about what happened made you angry, that's on you. If you realize that, you'll have the power to control it, and if you don't, you'll spend your life triggered easily, and you'll often have an unhappy one. On to the third uncomfortable lesson that I think we all need to learn. Don't feed your problems with thoughts. Starve them with action. Now, what do I mean by that? If you want to feed a problem, keep thinking about it, right? I've said that before. I talked about the 80-20 rule, right? Use 20% of the time to actually complain about it, but 80% to try to solve the problem, right? If you want to starve a problem, take action. Most of the harm starts in your mind, with you and your thoughts. Most of the solutions start with a decision, courage, and action. And the fourth uncomfortable lesson, life has an algorithm too. Just like social media has algorithms, right, to give you more of what you're interested in, life has an algorithm that gives you more of what you're thinking about and more of what you're focusing on. You can train your algorithm to make you more anxious, worried, or insecure by focusing on negative things. But you can also train your algorithm for happiness, success, and growth by focusing on positive things. Your thoughts become your decisions, and then your actions. Your focus becomes your future. And your fifth uncomfortable lesson that I think everyone needs to learn is, if they're real, they'll want to see you win. If you ever feel nervous telling a friend or partner your good news, don't. Get new friends or get a new partner. You can't afford to have people in close proximity that don't want to see you succeed, grow, and progress. They'll subtly hold you back with snide comments, negative feedback, and casual pessimism. In the short term, they'll have a small effect, but in the long term, they'll lead you away from your potential and towards the same negative energy and same negative outcomes that has consumed you or consumed them their entire life. And on to the sixth uncomfortable lesson that I think everybody needs to learn is your life will be defined by your ability to handle uncertainty. To get from a miserable place to a happy place, you have to be brave enough to travel through a scary, vulnerable, lonely place called uncertainty. Choosing uncertainty over the certain misery of your current situation is a decision you'll have to make many, many times if you want success and happiness in work, love, and life. You'll be defined by your ability to handle uncertainty. Avoiding all risk is the biggest risk. Don't fear the unknown. And the seventh uncomfortable lesson that I think everyone needs to learn is you have nothing to find. Finding yourself is a pop culture lie. Finding your passion is a pop culture lie. Finding your soulmate is a pop culture lie. These pop culture lies and the perfection they promise us, if we would only keep searching, stop us from working through the natural challenges within our careers, relationships, and within ourselves. There is no perfection, only room for improvement. Personally, in my marriage and in my relationship with my wife, we've always had this saying that says, progress over perfection. Perfection doesn't exist, but as long as you're always progressing, you're on the right track. And your eighth and final uncomfortable lesson that I think everyone needs to learn is your mental diet will determine your mental health. Comfort eating on negativity will make you unhealthy, and mental weight is the hardest to lose. Like fast food, negativity often tastes good in the short term, but it'll make you unhealthy in the long term. Your mental diet consists of what you watch, what you read, who you follow, who you spend time with, what you say, and what you think. If your goal is to have a healthier mind this year, start by removing all the junk food in your diet. So I know I'm usually ultra positive, but sometimes I think we all need that rude awakening and that eye-opening moment. So hopefully, if not all 8, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 of those resonate with you and challenge you this week to try to be uncomfortable so you can get comfortable in your own skin, your own life, and in your own mind. Now go out and make today the best day of your life. I'll talk to you guys soon.